What is the identity of your character? This is StorySD episode number 217, and this is what I'm going to talk about today, identity.
Welcome to StorySD, helping you use storytelling in your communication strategy. Explore other resources at storysd.com. And now, here is your host, Dr. Soraya Ferreira, Story Strategy Consultant and Trainer.
If you are listening to StorySD for the first time, let me explain you what I have been doing in the last episodes. So, a couple of months ago, I read this book which is called The Plot Thickens, and I thought it was really interesting the way that the author was talking about character development. There's a full list with character traits. So I was thinking if I could apply this theory to practice. And I thought about one character that I really enjoy, and I wanted to see if this theory was present and if it was one of the reasons why I like this character. So the character that I chose was Lord John Grey from Outlander. Outlander is a very big story, so I'm trying to focus on this book, which is The Scottish Prisoner. So today I'm talking about the character trait identity. And if you go to The Scottish Prisoner, on page 287, you can read that Grey had been in the army in one capacity or another since the age of 16. And if you complement this information with information from that I took from the book, The Outlandish Companion, inside they are talking about Lord John and the Haunted Soldier, this book, and in the book you can read that as for the army and the practice of war, you will agree, I think, with Mr. Lister's assertion that it is a brutal occupation. I will remain a soldier. There is a hard virtue in it and a sense of purpose that I know no other way of achieving. My regiment is due to be reposted in the spring. I shall join them wherever duty takes me. So I think from this quote from Lord John, you can see that being a soldier is really part of his identity.
Standing on the Shoulder of Giants.
The recommended book for this episode is The Idea, The 7 Elements of a Viable Story for Screen, Stage or Fiction by Erik, Bork. There's a lot of interesting things in this book, so I think you will enjoy the read. One of the things that caught my attention and that I picked for this episode has to do with the idea. So for Erik, the idea is the core premise or concept of the story, which basically comes down to the answers to the following 5 questions. First, whose story is it and why should we identify with them? 2, what do they want in their life circumstances and relationships? 3, what's in the way of them achieving that? 4, what are they doing to try to resolve this? What makes it so hard? And finally, 5, why does it matter deeply to them and hopefully to us? In the next episode, I'm going to talk about the next character trait. Until then, keep moving forward.
Thank you for tuning into StorySD. Sign up to the newsletter today and be the first to receive updates at storysd.com.